the 49ers, I thought you were going to talk, Andrew. The 49ers win. Holy shit, man. How the hell do we even put this one together? That's Andrew. We're doing instant reaction. 49ers win. Whatever. Andrew, start.
Yeah, the Jake Tonges game. I don't have any other way to say it than that. No NFL receptions entering the final drive of the game. 3 receptions, huge receptions. The game-winning touchdown. He steals the ball away from Reek Woolen. I had to hear all game about how good Reek Woolen was, and a guy named Jake Tonges, who none of us had on a piece of paper to be the guy who makes the big play of the game. He makes the big play of the game. And that's where we're at, man. Listen, we don't need to talk about any special team players. The Niners won a football game. Well, we will at some point, but the Niners won that football game. And the great television show Letterkenny once said, they don't ask how, they ask how many. The Niners are 1-0. I don't really care how they got there.
That game exactly went exactly how I put it in my mind this entire week. You know, I want to say something, and I don't want it to come off harsh, but the people that were like, oh, we're going to roll Seattle and, oh, you're being dramatic. Sure, the 49ers made many mistakes today, but Seattle's good. I just want you guys to know that. Seattle's good. You know what's good about them? Sam Darnold plays fucking quarterback for them. That's what really helped the 49ers out today. I want to give a shout out to the defense. I really want to give a shout out to the defense because they held it together this entire game, and I was feeling worse and worse for them as the game went on when things out of their hands were happening. Meaning, you know, Brock threw bad interceptions. Some of them I just didn't even know what you're looking at. Obviously, you had the missed kicks, and then you had the block kick, and I just felt bad for the defense. I really did. But the defense, now, if we're talking about positives, yeah, the offense needs to catch up. Thank God they got the Saints next week, although ask the Cardinals, that's not as easy as it looks. But the defense is far better. Far better. I mean, Saleh was dialing it up, man. You gotta feel good about that.
Listen, the second half was pitch perfect from the defense. And I mean, you look at some of these numbers, 384 total yards to 227. Like what you're talking about the defense, I felt like the 49ers run defense in the first half wasn't very good. Zach Charbonnet was running all over them. Kenneth Walker didn't do much. But then the second half, Jason, and I've mentioned it multiple times on the Sprint Right Option podcast on Jason Aponte's YouTube channel. Remember the years where we would talk about, oh, they're halfway through the season and they haven't allowed a 100-yard rushing game this season, all that. 84 rushing yards from the 40 allowed by the 49ers defense. So we are officially on under 100-yard watch. It's one game. I don't care. But after that first half, I felt like Seattle obviously had some momentum because of special team situations. And I was really worried they were going to carry that momentum, especially with how they were running the ball in that first half. And my God, Robert Saleh is back, baby. Like Robert Saleh, Bob Saleh, whatever you want to call him, he is back. That Niners defense made me feel things I haven't felt since Steve Wilkes was there. Like plain and simple, because that defense was better than people gave it credit for. But Robert Saleh is all the way back. The 49ers are 1-0, man.
That was the type of game that they would have lost last season easily. And it felt like that throughout this game. That's what I was looking at. I just was like, God damn it, this feels like once Kittle leaves the game, by the way, he's going to probably miss more than one game as well, too. We might as well talk about that. You know, Juwan Jennings gets hurt. Trent Williams goes into the tent. Fred Warner has a busted nose. You're just like, holy shit, this is happening all over again. This is an extension of last season. But this is the type of game the 49ers would have lost last year, not found a way to win. And trust me, man, they tried to lose this game. They tried their best at many times to lose this game. But the idea that you had, the chance that you had with the ball in your hands to finish the game. First of all, I want to say thank you, Jake Tonges, because that was an awful throw from Purdy. I have no idea what you're looking at there, dude. Like, I have no idea what you're looking at there. But, hey, who cares? Process results, who cares? The result was that. But this is the type of game they would have lost last year, and they lost over and over again. And, again, I want to point out this, and I want to say this. This win is something that can springboard the 49ers for this reason. You're probably not going to play a shittier game than that this season. You're probably not going to play any worse than you did today. That means that you just won a game in a hostile environment against a very good defense, and honestly, if the kicks are made and whatever, like, again, I'm not too much on Jake Moody because, again, the 49ers organization deserves what they get for keeping him. So, like, I'm not too much on him. I'm good. But what I'm saying is if you have those 6 points, it doesn't take that. But again, last year, we would have just been saying, oh, the 6 points and it's not their fault and they would have had a chance and they didn't finish it. They finished it, and that's really important, man. Corbin says, Tongas with interception for a TD defense. Listen, man, I don't care how you get it done. I'm just happy you got it done. I want to say shout out to Christian McCaffrey also, by the way.
Yes.
I saw a lot of people in my comments saying that Christian McCaffrey is washed. Look up washed, and then look up the opposite of washed, and the opposite of washed is Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah, I have a lot of negative things to say about Brock Purdy, but I do want to say Ricky Pearsall bailed him out. So many. I mean, that last pass, the deep shot, what was it, 45-yard attempt? It was almost like, who was it? Was it Woolen who was covering Pearsall, or it was Witherspoon, whoever it may be? It's almost like Witherspoon thought the ball was going to be underthrown, and Pearsall did it. Like Ricky Pearsall, that connection we saw in the Raider game for the first drive, you saw it. You saw it from Ricky Pearsall. 4 receptions, 108 yards, a 45-yard catch to set up. By the way, have we mentioned Jake Tongas made the play? Like, did we even mention Jake Tongas' name on Friday when we previewed?
No, why would we?
I mean, also too, not only that, Luke Farrell had a huge catch on a 4th down and 2 right before Purdy threw an interception. Like, the tight ends came up big even with Kittle out. I just, Jason, you've mentioned it so many times already. This is a game they 100% lost in 2024. 100% lost. Probably by a score of like 30-13, right? Like, they get blown out in this game if this is 2024. And if we have to talk about the vibes of the start of the season of 2024, the vibes that this win might have just picked up, because now you get through this tough game in Seattle, right? And now you kind of look forward at the schedule. Now it's at New Orleans, who aren't going to win a game in 2025. Boy, that could come back to bite me in about a week here, right, Jason? Then they got the Cardinals, who did not look very impressive against the Saints.
They're playing the Saints. They're playing the Saints this week. We're good.
Yeah, but they're playing the Saints. But you kind of look forward a little bit, and you see, okay, like they won this one some way, somehow. Just don't play like they did today, and things should be good for the next few weeks. How about that? I'll say it like that.
100%. And I'll say this again, and I've said it 3 million times. I'd rather almost lose than almost win. Shout out to Paul. Thank you for the donation. Here's a pint on me for that one. He's in Seattle right now. Let's effing go, guys. Big Balls, Brock, CMC, and that defense has got us this year. Man, it's just the range of emotions that I went through in this game. Roberto, thank you for the donation. Ugly wins are wins. Brendel played the entire game on his ass. Weak link. We only have one legit receiver. Man, did it look like it was hard for the 49ers offensive line to get pushed. Yeah. But you know what? The difference between that and what they had last season when it was Jordan Mason was a guy who can actually give you more than what's blocked up, which is Christian McCaffrey. He was incredible today again. Yeah. Brian Boucher, how about that young defense today? Brock Favre today, ballsy, but head scratcher at times. Listen, man, we can go back and forth and we'll go through, obviously when the All-22 comes in, we're going to go through some of these throws and say, oh my God, what on earth was that? The first touchdown to Kittle looked really easy. That drive, like I thought that I was about to eat my words about like how this was going to be an annoying game and it was going to be very, very close. But, after that, you have that throw to Ricky Pearsall, on the deep play or whatever. That was beautiful. But the touchdown that should have happened with Ricky Pearsall, that ball has to be out quicker. Yeah. It has to be out quicker. And what's crazy is he was late and Reek Willing got a fingernail on it and knocked it away. So, but that's the difference when you're throwing those out routes and you don't have the cannon of the arm. Look, again, I don't care about the little stuff, like the missed stuff or whatever. Yes, we have all week to go through all that, but the 49ers won. And the 49ers won a game that, for all intents and purposes, especially at certain points in this game, with the way the offense was going and the way the special teams is still fucking trash. And it's not just the kicker. I don't care who the special teams coordinator is. This special teams is trash again, and it's going to cost them down the line. I'm not talking about missed field goals. Trust me, miss me with the Moody talk. I already told you. They deserve what they get before keeping him. But what I'm saying is this offense had its opportunities, and what scared me the most was 4 opportunities in the red zone, 1 touchdown. You get the second touchdown on the 5th opportunity. That's the stuff that you needed to clean up in the red zone, and it just wasn't happening earlier in this game, which is why it felt so much like last season.
Yeah, the special teams, that'll be a conversation for another day. And as I said, I didn't think Purdy was particularly well. And this was a game, Jason, like admittedly, up until the ball slipped out of Sam Darnold's hand, I was expecting to come onto this podcast and talk about how
this was a
49ers did
gut-wrenching
not
loss.
win this game. Yeah.
Yep.
And here we are just on the other side. And Jason, I mean, it's a amalgamation of things, if that's even a word. I don't know if it is. But Jason, we talked about it in previous years about how the Niners get off the slow starts. We talked about it in previous years how you never know about divisional games. And here we are, a week one divisional game where you just never know, and the 49ers came out of it on top. And there's going to be a lot of talking points this week. I think we really want to focus on how this was a win. But like, the Niners probably should have won this game by about 3 scores. Let's be 1,000% honest. If you look at the numbers, total plays 72 to 50, time of possession.
It felt like Seattle didn't even have the ball in the second half.
38 minutes to 22 minutes. The Niners outgained them by 150 yards. Sam Darnold, if it wasn't for that last drive, he probably isn't over 100 yards passing. I can't reiterate how good the defense looked today. I mean, you can think of multiple plays. Marcus Siegel, right? He had multiple plays. D. Winters was
shout out Sammy O.
Shout out Sammy O. Nick Bosa, obviously with the game-winning forced fumble sack. Sammy O with a pressure. Renardo Green, that pass breakup. Like that's a huge play. The pass,
but then he gave up that deep one at the end.
He did give up that deep one, but we don't need. Jason, this is instant reaction after
win. All right. But let's be objective. Also, too, the Seattle Seahawks, their plan was where's number 20, and we're gonna throw the football at him. Look, yes. I love Upton Stout, and I think that Upton Stout has a lot of potential in this league. He's not ready right now. He is not ready right now. Now, here's the dichotomy, and here's the issue. Right? Do you let him learn on the fly with the bumps and bruises? Because you can guarantee that, I mean, I'm not really too scared about the Saints targeting number 20 because they fucking stink. But I mean, just like you can tell that other teams are going to look at him and say, listen, this is where we got to go because Green and Lenore are real good. And this is what we're afraid of because Jackson Smith and Jigba normally plays in the slot. And Cooper Kupp, the same thing. Like, this is the stuff. It's like, do you let him go through the bumps and bruises or do you pull him? I just think that you have to find a way in this one to kind of keep him out there. He wasn't that bad. They were throwing at him every single time he was on the field, Kenneth.
You just said the name Cooper Kupp. I forgot he was a Seahawk for a second there.
Oh,
2 receptions, 15 yards, 3 targets. He had a
wasn't
drop.
I'm
so used to him having 190 yards against the Niners, and he wasn't there. Now, can we talk about the Smith and Jigba stuff? Absolutely. 9 receptions, 124 yards. That's going to be film review for this week. Watching Upton Stout more closely, he obviously wasn't there. Jason, you just kind of talked about all that, but outside of Upton Stout, this defense, man. Like the feeling is back. Victor Rodriguez, D. Winters cooked absolutely. Winters 6 tackles, 5 solo, 2 for loss. He probably should have been credited with another one because he had one on a screen pass that he started and then Bosa wrapped up. Just what a performance by this defense, man. And they were put in some tough spots. I mean, you look at some of these drives, how the Niners ended. It was an interception, right? Seattle responds with a 3-play possession. A blocked field goal, Seattle has to punt. Interception, all that. Like there's so many things the Niners did defensively after objectively shitty things that the defense did or the offense did, whether it's an interception, whether it's a missed punt or a missed field goal, whatever it is. The defense made none of that matter, and that like just seeing that beautiful ball defensive coordinator on the sideline screaming, yelling, all that stuff. You just feel good. And Roberto, as you say, winter's coming. I think we gotta maybe trademark that because D. Winters, man, easily the most impressive player on the 49ers defense today.
You know, and I have to say, man, there was like a 2 or 3 play stretch, especially when it got a little murky. Like, you know, the 49ers have that interception in the red zone or that Ernest Jones interception, which, you know, he dropped back and he jumped in front of Brock. Can't make that throw. He's got to throw it a little bit higher. But Robert Saleh was absolutely dialed in, man. Like, again, no matter the sum of the parts, and again, the opponent, you know, it matters. And again, it's week 1, right? Like, some weird shit is happening in week 1, right? Like, the New York Jets just put up 32 on the Pittsburgh Steelers, and, you know, like, all that stuff is, and lost. All that stuff is, you know, it's true, but at the same time, you can expect that to continue. Like, there's certain trends that you can't ignore. There's certain things that are going to continue. What's going to continue is Robert Saleh being this good and dialed in, man. And you know what? Seattle's going to be annoying. They're going to win a bunch of games. Their defense is legit. Again, that Ernest Jones interception was them showing something that, Purdy saw, and then Purdy thought he was going to get away with it. Again, pre and post snap, a lot different. I knew this game was going to be annoying to this degree. I just didn't know that it was going to be annoying to the degree of the 49ers kind of just shooting themselves in the foot over and over and over again in certain spots. I just thought it was going to be a back and forth game with two teams that are evenly matched.
Yeah, they tried their hardest to lose this game, man. I'm still kind of recognizing they won this game. Like, I don't think it's fully hit me yet, because they tried so. I mean, like you mentioned it at the very top, Jason, but the Tonga's touchdown, like, where the hell is Purdy throwing that ball?
I don't like he threw it in, and I said no, and I was like, no, and I was just like, oh yeah, look, I'm a big process over results guy. If the result's a game-winning touchdown, I really don't give a shit. Ryan Reed, thank you for the donation, buddy. Hey, guys, just want to say Ricky Pearsall is here. Filthiest double move this side of the Sierras. Real deal, Seahawks pack in the air. It's gas or what? Hey, you know what, Andrew? We've done enough, talking about, like, things that the 49ers need to improve on. New pack in the air. And it smells like the Seahawks are in this backwood. Yeah. I would hate, if your team's 0-1, I really can't relate. And I mean, I couldn't imagine. Honestly, Andrew, if my team was 0-1, I wouldn't put up with that shit, bro. I would actually not let that happen.
Man, it's like when you in baseball, Jason, when you hit a little seeing eye single and you say the joke is, oh well, in the box score, it'll
look like a box score. That's a line drive in a box score.
The wall. Well, they're 1-0. If I look at the standings, the 49ers pretty goddamn good compared to the Seattle Seahawks. Like, I'm just throwing that one out there.
I mean, it's a good thing this isn't college football where you need style points to move up and down the rankings. 1-0 is 1-0 in the NFL. Wins are wins. All I know is my team's not in last place. Couldn't imagine what that feels like.
And Joshua mentioned, you just said it. The Seahawks lose, the Cardinals win, the Rams look like they're on their way to a win. The Seahawks all alone at the bottom of the division. How do you like that? That's a good way to make my Sunday work.
Hey man, I'm having a blast. Never a doubt, baby. I never once thought this game was ever gonna be lost.
Dude, oh my god, definitely never thought.
Can I say something else that's really good? Brian Robinson looked good.
I was literally just going to say,
Brian there you Robinson. Go for it.
Dude, 9 carries, 33 yards. The first couple weren't good, but he kind of was consistently at that, like, 6-7 yard point after the fact. After the first couple, he kind of eased in there, but he had a few big carries. Let's talk a little early. 22 carries for McCaffrey, 9 for Robinson. So that's about a third of the carries. That's a little higher than we're used to seeing. Maybe that's a one-off. But hey, there's a bit of a running back share in the 49ers backfield, which is something we're not necessarily used to.
What's hilarious is that Christian McCaffrey touched the ball 31 times.
31 times, man. And I held my breath. I mean, you could ask Dolphin fan Bert and Raven fan Josh. They're sitting right here. I held my breath on all 31 of those touches, my guy. I held my breath every time.
You ready for an update? Breaking news?
Let's get the breaking news.
Kyle Shanahan says there's no question that Jake Moody will remain the kicker this week.
There's no question that Jake Moody will remain the kicker this week? There's no question.
Listen to me.
No question. Well, from my notes, there was a question when the 49ers went for it on a 4th down and 2 in what, about the 20-yard line, and then a couple 4th down and 2s later, Jake Moody got a kick block, which necessarily not his fault.
Listen to me.
Man, the guy must like pain, dude.
Listen to me. I know what you want me to do. I know what you want me to say. My feelings are very clear, and they have been for some time. I have never wavered on this. But the 49ers deserve everything that they get by keeping him.
Yep.
It's out of my hands.
Yep.
It's always been out of my hands. And now you deserve everything that happens moving forward. Now, maybe, let's put the positive spin on this. Maybe, listen, hold on. I got a positive spin.
I'm listening.
Jake Moody's here to make Kyle Shanahan more aggressive on 4th down.
Yeah.
Jake Moody's here now because Kyle doesn't trust the kicker. And on 4th and 1, when you realize your offense is rolling, maybe you go for it on 4th down and step on the offense's neck. So you know what? Keep Jake Moody. Keep him. You know why? Because it helps Kyle Shanahan be more aggressive because he can't trust you. If he has a kicker that he can trust, he's going to stop going for it on 4th down. So Jake Moody, you might be the missing ingredient, but not for the reason you think.
Positive spin on Jake Moody's day. A sentence I said multiple times as he was lining up for the 32-yard field goal was, "There's no way he misses again, right? Like there's just no way." And then he made it. So like, just law of averages. You keep throwing him out there for 30-yard attempts, he's gonna make one here or there, and the one he made, I guess, is. You know what makes his day even worse is Fox. Fox, when he attempted the 28-yard attempt that he doinked, listed as a 28-yard attempt, and then a couple minutes later I checked ESPN and it was actually a 27-yard attempt. So like, how to make a bad situation worse is you thought it was 28 yards the first time, and then you look later and it's actually a yard shorter, so it should have been closer. Really, so there's no questions. That's interesting. I saw a lot of because I saw a lot of tweets from Niners beat writers, not Twitter accounts, but beat writers saying Greg Joseph is on the line right now. Mayoko had one. I think Barrows had one.
Wagner.
And Wagner had it's just there's really no question, huh? No question.
Look, man. Never wrong, just early. So whatever, right? And look. Again, not too much on him because I've said what I need to say. Not everybody seems to understand, but again, it's just in the draft, positional value, what you can get. You never draft a kicker, never. And if you wanted more proof that it was going to be a stupid pick, the general manager that was going to draft the kicker was Bill Belichick, and he can't even get the fucking kids to score 7 points or whatever, and they're down 48 to something. Like maybe Tom Brady was the secret sauce in New England. Maybe Bill Belichick was overrated and trash too. These are all things that we need to talk about. So that's it. Like, look again. Final statement. Last time you're hearing from me about this, and I know Rob's going to troll me on Bully Ball. You get what you deserve now. You get exactly what you deserve. And that's it. It's out of my hands. It is out of my hands. You don't have to listen to me. You never listen to me. And probably for good reason. But it's out of my hands. What do you want me to do about it?
How are you walking away from today feeling about Brock Purdy's performance?
Up and down. But I feel a lot better about it because I feel like the way... So it's funny. Last year... in 2023. In 2023. When the 49ers lost to Cleveland... right, on the missed field goal from Moody. Brock had the ball, and he was playing poorly the whole game, and it was tough for him. But he had the ball, and he put the 49ers in a position to win the game. And I tweeted, I feel far better about Brock Purdy because of this game, even though they lost, than if he were to just, obviously if he would have diced them up, but I want to see him go through adversity. Today he didn't play his best football. But when you're asked with the ball in your hands at the end of the game, and all you have to do is go down and score.
Yep.
He did it. Yep. And I cannot be more happy with that. Look, arsonist and firefighter, we talked about that, right? Like, what? Like you're in a spot where, you messed up here, this little things add up in an NFL football game. But when you get the ball in your hands with a chance to go down and score a touchdown to win the game, and you go down and score and win on a touchdown, you know what? That trumps a lot of things that I saw that was poor. Yeah. And the Seattle Seahawks is a defense that I consider to be a very good defense and will be by the end of the year. Mark my words.
I'm really into Ernest Jones, man. He's
good.
And he's been good since Tennessee. Kyle Madsen tweeted as the Seahawks kicked the field goal to go up 13-10 at the end of the game. Kyle Madsen tweeted, "Good time to note Brock Purdy has never thrown a touchdown with the 49ers tied or trailing with 4 minutes or less remaining. Today, obviously, the first one. And, of course, as we all predicted, Jake Tongas, the one who pulls it down, he tried so goddamn hard to throw an interception on that play. Brock Purdy was I don't like to make the comparison because horrible human being, better football player than human being Brett Favre. He was doing his best Brett Favre impression today.
Yeah, well, Brett pulled it out, and then Brett, stole some money. I don't know, up and down. It's fine. At least Brock hasn't stolen any money. Look, again, when it's down, when the chips are down and it's time for you to go get it, you have to be able to mentally strong as a quarterback, block all that other shit out that happened before the game and get down there and score. And he did. And you know what, man? Maybe I'll sleep on it, and and maybe when the All-22 comes in, maybe I'll panic. I doubt it, but I'll take it. I will take it. I knew this game was going to be like this, Andrew. I warned against this for weeks and weeks and weeks about how slimy and annoying and heart racing this game was going to be. I just didn't realize it was going to be the 49ers offense kicking themselves in the nuts or whatever and stopping them.
Gojira call it. Andrew still doesn't have Tongas on his final 50. Hey man, Brandon Willis makes that play, man. Come on, you can't tell me tight end number 9 doesn't make that play, pal.
Own him, Gojira.
What the hell are we talking about here, man?
Punt returner number 9 was fumbling the football everywhere. Man, special teams is so bad. My God, man, it doesn't matter who is there.
Hey, Sky with 2 Y's more. At least he muffed it to himself, like positive there. Like he picked it up. That's cool.
It was cool to see. It was cool to see Russell Gage and Marcus Valdes-Scantling get out there and run around for a little bit. That was neat.
The fact they got to Marquez Valdes-Scantling was I was like, I'm not going to sit here and say I'm excited for MVS, but hearing as the Niners are going into a Brock Purdy legacy drive, hearing, oh yeah, Marquez Valdes-Scantling is on the field because Jawan Jennings is hurt. It's just like, okay, like that's very cool to hear. I guess.
I mean, look, and then another thing is, and look, here we go because Vish was watching. They were just using MVS to clear everything out. Like you can't throw him the football. Like you can't throw him the football. But absolutely, he's there to clear things out on the back end. Look, another thing, if you really want to hang your hat on, that's a positive. Okay, not only did Brock Purdy not play his best game, not only did the offense constantly kick themselves in the nuts, but Brock Purdy didn't have George Kittle and Jawan Jennings on that final drive either, and he still got it done. So. Thank you, Christian McCaffrey. By the way, I'm going to say thank you, Christian McCaffrey, 10 to 15 more times while we watch this. But thank you, Christian McCaffrey. But thank you, Brock Purdy, because, when you don't have George Kittle, when you don't have Jawan Jennings, it's very easy to just toss aside, like, what he's doing and saying, hey, they don't got guys. But no, like, this is a guy who, when the chips were down, he was asked in a hostile territory. That place was loud. Things had not gone well. He blocked all of that out, and he went down the field and scored a touchdown. 49ers win. Seattle sucks.
No comment speaks better about the 49ers wide receiver situation than I feel like Robbie Chosen would have been a better choice over MVS.
Kendrick Bourne just said yesterday's price is not today's price. I have to watch. That's why he wanted to stay home and watch football. David said, thanks, guys, for the balanced talk. There was good and bad in this game. I don't need to hear from Debbie Downer and Mr. Spreadsheet.
Who's Mr. Spreadsheet? Who's that referencing?
I don't know. All I know is you better delete all your Christian McCaffrey tweets about him not playing or being concerned about him because it was always part of the plan.
What was the word?
Obfuscation.
This podcast doesn't know what it means, man. This podcast doesn't know what obfuscation means.
Ops for who gives a shit? Like.
Hey man, obfuscation, but want to know, man. Who cares, pal?
Hey man, look, and you want to laugh at something even funnier? Purdy 4-0 in Seattle. I used to pray for times like this to rhyme like this because we absolutely never used to win in Seattle. Never. Now, Brock Purdy is just like, we don't give a shit about the 12s. Starbucks coffee's trash. The Seattle Mariners and Cal Raleigh are not the MVP.
Wow, we're just throwing that one out here. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to go in all the way in on all the Seattle places, right? The Sonics should have never left.
Macklemore sucks, pal.
Macklemore is trash and stole a Grammy from Jay-Z, Drake, Kendrick Lamar, and Kanye West.
I can't drink coffee anymore, pal. Like, what are we doing here,
Well, Starbucks is trash, but you better watch out because Jordan Schultz is going to pull up to the Starbucks and ask for the fee.
Gotta be careful, man. Man, what else we got? Because we talked about McCaffrey. We could talk Pearsall a little more. 4 receptions, 108 yards. I believe. Did he have a 100-yard game last year?
He did.
I don't remember.
No, he did. He did against Detroit.
So that's his second 100-yard game. God, that Detroit game, man. You remember when Talanoa Hufanga allowed that touchdown? Anyways, that's all we're
talking about. You remember? Do you check this out? Talanoa Hufanga in the first half.
141 against Detroit. You're right. Yeah.
Talanoa Hufanga in the first half in Detroit, in Denver, 9 tackles, a tackle for loss.
Deebo Samuel.
Debo! I saw somebody say that Debo had a bad game. 7 for 77 and a 19-yard rushing touchdown. Let's go, dude. Let's go, Debo. They'll never make me hate Debo. None of you will ever make me hate Debo. Never, never, never.
from at 49ers Drea. She's been on the Sprint Right Option podcast before. 49ers legend Jake Tongas played at Los Gatos High School. His senior year, he played against Hollister. 2 catches, 21 yards. That's pretty much what he did today, but he had the game-winning touchdown, man.
Hey, look, just like we drew it up. I mean, if we were talking about predictions for this game, I mean, it's low-hanging fruit to say that Jake Tongas, who never had any catches, would have 3 on the game-winning drive. No, look, like serious analysis. Again, Brock not having Kittle and Jennings, and obviously that Seattle defense being keen on Ricky Pearsall, much of that drive, right? And obviously Christian McCaffrey is the focal point. To be able to pull that out and to have that touchdown to Tongas. Again, I feel better about the performance from Purdy because of that, clearly, right? Like it always looks better when you win and you finish at the end. But to block all that out, to not have everybody, to just go on the road and do that, like that's what I know everybody's gonna point to his contract. I'm not talking about that. I don't care about the contract. I care about if you're a franchise guy. And that's what a franchise guy would do in that moment. They would lift, find a way, finish. And that's exactly what that looked like right there. Listen, we don't know how this season's going to go, but I damn sure like starting this season with a win way better than a loss, especially this type of gritty win against a team that I think has a very good defense, and they will show it for the rest of the year.
Purdy 6 for 6 on that final drive, by the way.
Now, I mean, I just wonder if that's good.
That's pretty solid. I mean, especially with a 45-yard patch just sprinkled right in there.
That throw is
I forget who the DB on that play was, the 45-yard pass. It was Witherspoon. Like, Witherspoon almost reacted like he thought it was dying. Like, he turned around too early or something. And Pearsall didn't, man. Ricky Pearsall, man. I'm a little angry at myself that I didn't get more fantasy stonks on him this year. I knew in my head I needed to, but I'm a little.
Oh no, it was Woolen. It was Woolen. And that makes it even more impressive because Woolen is taller.
Yeah. Just, man, they won that game. They really won that game. We did 8 of these podcasts last year, Jason, where the Niners played exactly like that. And we were sitting here talking about how they lost 92-3 to the Jaguars last year. And this year they win it. And like, again, like it's, it's give and take. It's a week 1 overreaction. But to be able to win that game like that feels huge, because that's a game they should lose 9 times out of 10. And for it to, because like if they, let's say hypothetically you flip the schedule and it's at New Orleans and they play like this and they win 17-13 like this against New Orleans, and then you're going to Seattle, like that's one thing. But this is against a divisional opponent on the road. Like this is a week 1. Obviously week 1's always more important, but like you look around the league and like Denver played Tennessee, the Rams played the Texans, like a lot of non-division, non-conference games. The Niners were thrown right out there and an important, and like it's not like this is the Cardinals, right? This is the Seattle Seahawks. This is a game they need to win if they want to be a playoff contender, and you don't get any time to ease into it, right? It's week 1. You got to win this game. And again, as I said, they don't ask how. They ask how many. And the Niners are 1-0, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, look, again, it's better to almost lose than almost win. And the NFL is going to be like this. It's a league of parity. Divisional games are weird. The Cincinnati Bengals took the Cleveland Browns to the last second. Mm-hmm. Right? Like it's just how divisional games are. Now you throw in week 1. This is why I hated it. Week 1 and divisional game equals this type of game. And I hated it. I don't like it. Dieter kind of talked me off the ledge, though, a little bit about this one or whatever, saying that you kind of want this game to be the first game of the season because Seattle's defense hasn't figured it all the way out.
Yeah.
And when they do in week 7 and week 8, and you got a link with them, you don't want to do that. So that's one way of looking at it. Again, shout out to the homie Dieter. But, look, again, this just felt like a game the 49ers lost all of last year. When you look at it and you see Kittle's out and Jennings is out, it's easy to shoot Purdy bail right there in that last drive and say, look, man, he just didn't have enough. He just didn't have, enough help. But to be able to pull that out and finish it, like pause. To be able to pull the game out and finish the game, with a throw to a guy who had 0 catches before that drive,
Yeah.
it means everything, man. It just means everything for Brock, man, and I feel way better about him than I did. I'm the negative does not outshine the positive clearly because they won the game, but when you're given the ball with less than 2 minutes or 2 minutes and change, and you have a chance to kill the clock and go down there and score a touchdown, and you do it, I'll take that 10 out of 10 times.
A couple things here. Kyle Matson just tweeted Christian McCaffrey's 31 touches today were his most since he had 32 touches in week 15 of the 2022 season. So Kyle Shanahan's like, hey, you know what? Fuck all those injuries. You remember how you were questionable on Friday, pal? Yeah, well, it's not questionable how many times I'm giving you the ball.
But you had to see that coming. You had to see that. Like anybody who was skittish about playing McCaffrey in fantasy, I don't think you understand. If he's active,
I played him.
Yeah, of course. If he's active, you you play him because you didn't draft him in the first or second round to sit him, and they're not gonna like take the gas pedal off. And you know what's funny, Andrew? You and I, we were like, oh, I like the splits between Robinson and McCaffrey, 31-7.
It's that's a lot of touches, man. And then the other thing I had really quick, if you go, this is going to change tomorrow, but if you go to Jake Tongis's Pro Football Reference page, usually for an offensive player, it shows your offensive stats. It just shows defense and fumbles because he's never made a reception. He's never had an offensive stat in his career. He played 4 games last season. He played 16 games last year. He had 2 tackles. So for the first time in Jake Tongis's career, he could officially say he has more receptions than tackles.
This game is like, honestly, I guess it's just because it just ended. I haven't fully wrapped my head around it. I feel bad because my father and my brother are here, and we're watching the games together because we rarely get a chance. And this is why I watch football by myself. I hate looking like a weirdo in front of people because I'm either yelling at the top of my lungs or dead silent, like not saying anything. So I want to apologize to them on air before I go out there and say I'm sorry again to their faces. But yeah, this type of game was exactly what I thought it was going to be, and I definitely shouldn't have watched it with anyone. I should have just watched it in my room by myself.
I honestly, I have, my friends, they come over, they watch. I think the most entertainment they get from me is watching Jake Moody kick. There's multiple references to my heart situation after the first Moody kick, which is fine because like I get angry. I'm Italian, gabagool, type stuff. I get angry, and nothing drives me crazier than Jake Moody, and nothing drives me crazier than Jake Moody missing 28-yard field goals.
Joshua, please, man, I'm going to read this out. Was literally talking to my realtor for half the game and had to mute myself multiple times. Listen, man, you better take care of business with that realtor, man. Yeah. I understand the 49ers are important, but that takes precedent. It sounds like you're in the market for either selling your house or buying a house. Let's focus, all right?
Yeah. Stay focused. Locked in like Jake Tonges was on the final drive.
Oh my God, man. Oh my God. I cannot, can we go back to that throw just one more time? First of all, I kind of saw the Pearsall leaking out, and I'm like, my God, please, there it is. And he doesn't throw, and then he rolls, and then I'm like, just throw it away, and he just lobs it up, and I see it going to Tonjes, and I'm like, no. And he literally like that Trump gif, where he moves the president of that other country right out the way or whatever to stand in front of him. That's exactly what Tonjes did. He just jumped up and grabbed it, and I couldn't believe it. I yelled. And you ever do one of those celebrations in sports? Because I know you play softball, so basketball. Where if I hit a big 3 and it's time for a timeout, I'm gonna see one of my teammates. I'm gonna run and jump really high in the air, and we're gonna just jump into each other. I jumped into the wall. That's literally what that was. I just didn't know what to do at that point.
Ben V, the catch 4. I like
the catch 4. The catch 5.
The catch 5.
Is it? Wait. So wait. How many catches are there? Because I know there's the Owens one. There's the Terrell Davis and Dwight Clark. Yeah, catch 4.
Yeah, catch 4.
Yeah.
I like that, Ben V. We gotta get somebody. Got to get
the catch 4. We're definitely gonna put that on a t-shirt.
We got to get that on a t-shirt.
I fist
Niners
bumped my
won.
dog. He said,
Man, the Niners never in doubt. I was never nervous.
"Never a doubt,
Never,
baby." Yo, what
never
do
in
you
doubt.
mean? Look. Andrew and I told you before the season started, 20-0, raise the
Never gonna
Lombardi
lose.
and Santa Clara, never a doubt. Like, look, when you know the vision and you know how you're supposed to be stepping, these games are not at all stressful. I definitely didn't sweat through my sweater. I definitely
I'm
haven't
definitely not
sweat out
sweaty as hell
all of
right
my
now.
hair products on my beautiful hair. Definitely haven't sweat out all the products on my beautiful beard. I none of that ever happened. None of it.
49ers 1-0. 1-0. How many more Hey man, there's 16 more games at least.
Vish,
Don't challenge them. Don't challenge them.
Shout out to you. You're a channel member. Please don't ask questions you don't want the answer to.
The Diamador Lenore penalty was very funny when he just picked up Jackson Smith and Jigba and just threw him into the pile. That was cool. 12 cal 18. I was screaming at my cat's face. Absolutely.
I'm picturing him literally just like the cat's like sitting there back home and he's just screaming in his face.
Anybody else we haven't talked about yet? I feel like
D Winters is a dog. D Winters is a dog.
Fred Warner,
dog. Yo, oh my God, Fred Warner. You're Fred Warner.
Jake Tongas. I didn't even know you were running back. Dog.
He's a dog. Look, Fred Warner also. Fred Warner. I don't know what cloth you're cut from. I don't know what superpower you have. I don't know what your ancestral background has put into you, and I know part of it is Mexican. You are somebody that I'm amazed at, dude. I am always amazed at, man. I really cannot believe that you just continue to, no matter what's thrown at you, just be out there and play football, man. Like, we're so lucky. We are so lucky.
Well, dude, even Mr. Obfuscation still can't say it. He scared me because he tweeted something about how the Niners were like kneeling around Fred Warner, and then I come back and like they come back from the television break and Fred Warner's like walking away from the injury and he seemed fine. So
yeah, but we talked about Stout. They're throwing the football at him. He's got to tighten up now, real fast. He's got to tighten up fast because if that's what Seattle's gonna do, you can bet. When the 49ers face the Tampa Bay Bucks and Chris Godwin is back and, it's going to be Godwin, Egbuka. By the way, shout out to me for my fantasy call. I know you guys were on the fantasy, Q&A earlier. Egbuka was a smash start, 2 touchdowns, by the way. He's going to get targeted a lot, man, and he's got to tighten up. So how do you do that? I don't know if you bench him. I don't know if you just let him go through the bumps and bruises. But I know for a fact that people are not going to be throwing the ball at Green and Lenore as much as you think just because they want to try with Stout.
Man, who else? Kalia Davis.
Kalia Davis did play very well.
Hey, I got a question actually on the final play because I didn't really see the replay. Did Bosa knock it or did Darnold lose it?
I don't know. I lost it.
Can somebody let me know? Yeah, because I instantly, the second it happened, I got here to get on the stream.
Yeah.
Can the chat tell me, did the ball slip out of Darnold's
chat, let us know.
Did Bosa get to it?
He's credited with a strip sack.
He's credited with a strip sack. Okay,
it was the only sack of the game.
God damn, they're the defensive line. We don't need to talk about defensive line. Didn't look particularly impressive in some parts today. There was parts pushed into Darnold. Okay, so Bosa pushed Lucas into Darnold. Look at the teamwork, guys. Niners defense working all right. That would have never happened under Nick Sorensen.
I guarantee you they'll outlaw that play next offseason or whatever. They'll take that one down, but they won't take down the tush push.
I think we hit everything, man.
No, we haven't. Thomas Morstead, you're a hooper, man. Yeah, Thomas Morstead played football today, man. Don't disrespect my punter. No, Christian McCaffrey, you're amazing.
Love you, Christian McCaffrey. Never was stressed about the calf. I was always on Lombardi's side. I was never worried. I held my breath all 31 times he touched. I said that already, but never worried about the calf. You're good.
Yeah, Christian McCaffrey, I love you, man. Brock Purdy, thank you, for that last drive. Way to block everything out. Way to get it done. Jake Tonges, I would have never left you off my 53-man roster. Just in my
imagine leaving Jake Tonges off of your 53-man roster. Imagine.
Couldn't be me. Couldn't be me. But no, look. At the end of the day, and this is serious talk. I know we're having a lot of fun, and the only reason we're having fun is because the 49ers won.
Now 49ers won.
This is the time. This is the type of game that they lost last season. This is the type of game that we would get on here and be like, dude, this is who they are. Remember last year when we said after the bye week against Tampa Bay, Christian McCaffrey was going to show up and we were going to figure out what this team was going to be. And they won that game, and you and I got on the instant reaction and we said, this team hasn't changed a fucking thing. And they're literally going to be this way the rest of the year. And we were right?
Yeah.
This one doesn't feel like that. This one feels like a springboard. When you look at the New Orleans Saints, who, by the way, the Arizona Cardinals, you stink, man. I don't care how you won that game, man. I mean, I know we just talked about a W is a W is a W. That's not a W. In fact, that's a L because you played Spencer Rattler that close, man, that bad. But you look at the Saints and you look at the rest of the schedule. This was the one they had to have to start to springboard the other way. Now we've got to find out what's going on with Jennings and Kittle. But the 49ers, even if, let's just say, in a horrible world, Kittle and Jennings miss week 2, which I would definitely suspect that Kittle will. With Jennings, I'm not so sure. They can still beat the New Orleans Saints with Ricky Pearsall and MVS revenge game, by the way. We're already setting that up. And, 2 MVS revenge games back to back. Seattle, then New Orleans.
If they bring Kendrick Bourne back, can't he just heal George Kittle's leg like he did Juwan Jennings?
Well,
no, too soon. Okay.
No. I think we should be looking at tight ends that we could be bringing in or something like that. Then all of a sudden, Kittle's going to be like, "Oh, I'm straight. But look, it's still like you look at this game and you look at it and you say, there's no way they can play that poorly again. There's no way that this team can, have that many mistakes. I think that that's completely feasible. They won a game in which they played poorly for large stretches of this game. On offense, I mean, not defense. Offense, not defense. No, trust me, I don't got many bad things to say about the defense, if any at all. But offensively, this thing, it looked like last year. Turnovers, mental mistakes, penalties, missed field goals, blocked field goals, bad special teams. It just looked like last year, except last year, this team would have lost that game instead of winning it.
41-year-old Mercedes Lewis is still available. You think he's got any healer powers in him?
Mercedes Lewis, yeah. No, well, you know what? We don't need a new tight end.
Jake Tonges.
Jake Tonges, baby. What you mean?
That's unbelievable. It's unbelievable within itself that Tonges is the guy who has the game-winning touchdown. But the fact it was Jake Tonges making a play, like jumping in front of the Seattle defender to rip it out of his hands for the game-winning touchdown, it's just there's 7 degrees of Jake Tonges right now because there's so many. Is Ross Dwelly available?
Ross Dwelly is available. We cut him. Yes, we cut it.
Oh, man, he's gonna be back on this roster. So no question in Kyle Shanahan's mind that Rush Dwelly's back.
Absolutely, Braden Willis is still on the practice squad, and he wasn't called up. Absolutely.
Yeah, but number 9's not available anymore.
Listen to me. Listen to me, Jesse. Braden Willis is on the practice squad. If you think for half a second that he will play over Ross Dwelly if he's brought back in, you know better than that. You definitely know better than that.
Tonga per Cam Inman. This is from Jake Tonges. Quote, I asked Purdy if he was throwing it out of bounds, and he said, no, I was trying to give you a chance, which, boy, oh boy, he gave him a chance, I guess. We didn't want to kick a field goal. Shocker. Didn't want to go to overtime. We wanted to score and win it right there.
You know what I love? I love Kyle's reactions to the missed field goals and the blocked field goals.
He gets angry instantly, but I think he realizes, oh, that's my fault.
Yeah. Again, I just think it's pretty funny that he's like, oh my God, this guy. Oh, wait. I helped draft him.
What a win. What a win.
3 stars?
We're doing 3 stars. Yeah, man. NinersNation.com. I'm going to have my 3 stars written as well. So I'm going to alter it a little bit to make you guys read NinersNation.com. I'm going to go. Ooh. You know what? I'm going to go 3rd star. D. Winters. I like D. Winters' game today, man. He flew all over the field. He was very, very, very talented today. Makes you not miss Dre Greenlaw as much, right? And he was flying, man. I really, really liked D. Winters' game, as did a lot of Niner fans.
3 stars, D Winters, man. Again, the only question was really just can he stay on the field and be healthy, but he showed that and more, and he looks fast. He's a great coverage guy. He almost, remember, we were talking and you said interception, like by who, and I'm just like D Winters, and oh my God, Darnold tried to really make that happen, although it was called back on a penalty or whatever. Like he really tried to throw it to Winters, but yeah,
Yeah.
Winters is number 3 for me.
Number 2, I am gonna go Christian McCaffrey.
I am too.
He was good. He was pretty good, pretty fun, pretty. It's almost like the Niners are a better football team when they have Christian McCaffrey on the field compared to when they don't.
Thank you, Christian McCaffrey. I don't know what we've done to deserve you. I don't know how long this is sustainable, but you know what? 31 today. Thank you. Appreciate you. And honorable mention to Ricky Pearsall as well, too. Never a doubt about Ricky Pearsall breaking out this year, man. That's why I got all the fantasy stonks of him. My home league team is called Better Call Pearsall.
Who's your number 1?
It's Robert Saleh.
That's
I
who
just
was,
like
Bob.
yeah,
Bob.
yep. Bobby
Good old
Saleh,
Bob.
man. The energy's there.
Yep.
The creativeness is there. Guys want to play for you. Um, I it's everything that we thought it would be, and it's everything that we kind of projected for this team and what the advantages would be. But when you hear John Lynch say that his scheme has evolved, I was watching him pull guys from the second level to come in and blitz from different places. Just look great, man. Look, Robert Saleh, man, thank you so much. And please don't leave.
No,
Even
no,
though the
ever.
49ers are going to have a very good defense and you're going to get a bunch of coaching, you know, interviews next year. But yeah, man, thank you so much, Robert Saleh. I got you at number 1.
Dude, the band's gonna get back together. Why would Saleh leave? The band's gonna get
Mike
back together.
Mike McDaniel's on his way. Mike
McDaniel.
Look, Mike McDaniel's gonna have a short stop, working at Walmart for a little bit, and find his way right back to Santa Clara.
Albert. Albert Dolphin. I don't know what to call him at this point. I'm too excited. Dolphin Albert just looked at me with a face.
We're getting the band back together, baby.
Who knows? We're getting the band back together, pal.
Oh my God, man! They got absolutely obliterated by the Indianapolis
Does Jake Moody
Colts.
deserve an honorable mention just because there's no question he's still on the team? Like that's a big day for him.
All right, man.
It took it too far.
All right, man.
Oh man, Jason Aponte, Niners won. That's all we care about. 17-13 up in Seattle.
Shout out to everybody in here, man. We had almost about 170, 180 people. We got 120. Guys, if you want to help us out, the way to help us out is just sending a like, subscribing to the channel. There's going to be so much more content coming down through the week. My God, I'm going to go have several drinks now, and I'm going to enjoy Ravens versus Bills. And I suggest that you guys do the same because football's back. And football weekends are always better when the San Francisco 49ers win football games. And the San Francisco 49ers are not in last place. Do you know who's in last place? The Seattle Seahawks. I'm going to go to Twitter so I control Evan Hill and all those idiots from Hawk Talk. So
I dare you to use the word obfuscation. I still can't say it, pal.
It's not a real word, man. Just because you make a word sound like it's something doesn't mean that it's real, bro. Like, that's some bullshit.
Check out all the content from Jason and I. Will be coming out tomorrow, NinersNation.com. I'm going to have my 3 stars, my real 3 stars. Not to say this wasn't the real 3 stars, but I'll have a different 3 stars there. I'll also have what we learned from the 49ers coming out on Tuesday. Jason, you want to let them know what you got coming for NinersNation.com?
Yeah. It's something. It's going to be an article. I can bet you that. There will be words.
Words are going to be on a website.
There will be words that will be printed on a website, most likely Monday. So look out for that. But a lot of stuff all through the week. Again, NinersNation.com. We didn't make up the name. We just write for the site, and we get paid by them. But yeah, Sprint Right Option again tomorrow. During Monday Night Football, it should be Tuesday Bully Ball. Wednesday, Thursday, we're going to try to figure that out. Either Peacock, Brad, whatever. I know Dieter's off this week, but we're going to fill out the content and everything as well, too, man. So hope you guys enjoyed the win. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend. And, man, the top feels so much better than the bottom.
Yeah.
So much better.
Very good. Jason Aponte, I know this is an SRO thing, but as always,
let's go Niners.
Let's go Niners. 1-0. We're feeling good. Bump.
Bump.